Happy New Year, Renegade Nation! Before we begin the video, I'd like to give a big shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters and YouTube members. Beta's Bandicoot, Bash Fetch'em, Crystal Gomez, Chris, Oliver Odegaard, James Butterworth, Amar Shika, Rogelio Gomez, Sean Delaney, Jessica Bogus, Dan Robin, Liam, Farron Chowdhury, Harris, Biggest Dickus, Monty Python fan I see, Trentix, Jawad Krebs, Ju Chin, Good Christian Boy, Lindsey Johnson, Jordan Kirk, Hanolex, Banana Peel, Devon, Fathalo, Lit, Thomas Mollett, Elite Leaks, and Moisty Justice. And I would also like to give a big shout out to our executive producers, Joshua Fix, The Gimpster 101, and Bevan Brummett. Thank you all very much for your support. If you want to become a YouTube member, click the join button right down beside the subscribe button down below. And if you want to support us on Patreon, feel free to click the link down below to find out more. We'll see you there.
Get around my
I didn't know you could do that.
Damn it. Got owned by a guy named Duke. Oh. Wow, this dude right here. Is this Colonel Sanders?
Yes.
So this year for wrestling has not been the man. As you can tell by the response of my friend here on the couch, it has not been the best year for wrestling, especially the indie wrestling scene, given certain things happening in the world.
Or the humanity scene.
Or the humanity scene.
The whole damn scene. The whole scene's bogus, dude.
Yeah. So, for those of you who are not aware, my friend here, Chad Bartlett, the one and only, the loaded gun himself, Chad Bartlett.
You know, I go by many names, but your grandma calls me daddy, so.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you can just call me grandpa.
I was going to say, man, you dug up my grandma just for that?
Final nail in the coffin.
There you go. So, overall, 2020 has not been the best year for wrestling, but...
And it's over. Fuck 2020.
Well, yeah, it's 2021 now, so everything's supposed to be, oh, that's right, no. We still live in a COVID world with all the bullshit and all the stuff and restrictions.
Or just the world.
Or the, well...
Pre-COVID, whatever.
No, pre-COVID, dude, pre-COVID, like, look, the social aspect, you know, dealing with certain people on a social aspect, but, you know, pre-COVID, yeah, I could deal with that, but as soon as COVID happened, all of a sudden, everything changed. Everything. And now... we're not able to go out anywhere live. We're not able to do anything we want.
Fuck it.
Yeah, it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that has remained constant throughout this is wrestling. In certain regards, there were empty arena shows for a while that WWE was putting on, and then they went to the Thunderdome. And I think the Thunderdome has actually been very good for them. I know in the beginning they had some people show up on stream just putting up pictures of...
You mean there's trolls?
Oh, yeah.
When you open up the internet to people, there's trolls?
Yeah. Whereas, I'll say this is to me shown, like, the level of depth, especially when it comes to, like, Raw, like, because I haven't been watching the full shows, but I've been watching, like, certain matches and highlights and stuff like that. And I'll say this, Raw is a shit show. SmackDown is actually turning out to be a great show. The stuff they're doing with Roman Reigns that they should have done, 4 years ago?
It's way too late at this point, I think.
I don't think so.
I think the storylines and the presentation from AEW is just like swallowing them
right
now.
And that's the other thing, too. AEW has effectively taken over in so many ways. Mm-hmm. Especially their tag team division is the best, I'd say, out of all the American like promotions out there. Their tag team division is the best. The one weakness, the biggest weakness that they have, is their female division. Their female division is thin, but that's because WWE has literally bought up all the female talent to keep anyone else from getting on that ship.
What is the last big female angle in wrestling that you cared about?
Sasha Banks and Bayley for this year in Hell in a Cell. Their match was fucking awesome.
For me, it has been Charlotte Flair up until the point where she wasn't wrestling as much.
She's back now.
Yeah, I know,
she came back, which is a good thing.
But that woman, to me, has single-handedly taken women's wrestling to the next level and then set the bar high enough to where people are trying their damnedest to get to it. But just her look, her size, her ability at her size.
Yeah.
Just like, there's no, where is that?
I would say I haven't seen... Well, there is one wrestler who, back in her prime, I would say it was the most impressive physical specimen, female-wise, I've ever seen. Awesome Kong, which you got to see a little bit of her, but again, Kia Stevens...
The athleticism with the size and the look and the just...
Yeah.
She's domination, dude, in my opinion.
Charlotte, I'd say Charlotte is probably the best female wrestler in the world right now.
And it has been for a while.
Yeah, and I would say... if she's S tier, I would say the closest to her is probably Sasha Banks and Bayley. I know a lot of people want to throw Becky Lynch in there, you know, Becky Lynch, the man, and the Irish lass kicker, and I'm just like, look, Becky Lynch is cool. I like Becky Lynch all right, but people blew her up way too big for her to eat, because when she got her face busted open by Nia Jax, I'm like, you're trying to pull off the fact that she can, like, take on dudes. Like, she punched this one security guard and, like, knocked him down. And you could clearly tell the guy was, like, faking it. Like, look, if you're going to try and pull that shit, at least, like, try and make it more legitimate. I mean, come on.
It was an accident, you know, and you don't see the guy at the construction site coming in with no arm the next day just being like, yeah, I'm the baddest on the whole crew here. Look, see, it's just like that happened. Man, that really sucks. That wasn't supposed to be the case. And as a professional getting paid that kind of money, doing that kind of thing, you know, that's not really a badge of honor. That's like a fucking flat tire in the middle of a race.
Yeah, because you're en route to make your biggest payday, and then all of a sudden that shit happens.
Yeah, but I'm not here to, you know, throw shade at any of that stuff.
No, me neither.
I'm just saying that Charlotte Flair, as far as the women's divisions are concerned, good luck catching up to that.
Oh, did you see that the Bullet Club reunited on AEW?
I did, and I'm wondering how that Too Sweet situation is going to work out in the arena of the courts.
You know how I think AEW is going to respond to it? It's like, oh, you're WWE, you're upset about us using the Too Sweet?
Suck it. Yeah.
There you go. Here's a balloon for you.
Yeah. I mean...
I think at this point, they've already got Cody Rhodes' name back. They've already got so much going for them. I think WWE at this point would be willing to sell the rights to the Too Sweet thing to them, just because WWE's hemorrhaging so much money, because they are keeping so much talent on their books. Even when they cleared house months and months ago, they still have so much on their books they can't afford to keep.
Yeah, it's just not looking good for them.
No, it's not. I mean, Jesus Christ.
There are some shiny spots, like you're saying, some good stuff that looks like, you know, it has potential, but it's like
when does it ever pan out?
Marriage when you're in the middle of court.
Well,
you know?
When does it ever pan out? That's my thing. Whenever it comes to WWE, when does the shit ever pan out?
Boy, they can
for the
promote
good?
the fuck out of stuff and then deliver. They'll sell you on the moon and deliver a golf ball.
Yeah, they'll sell you on the Death Star and just deliver you one single stormtrooper. Yeah, that's what you get. And
like we told you, the Empire was going to show up, and they did.
Oh God,
Thanks.
I remember the NWO showing up in WWF. One of the biggest missed opportunities of all time. Never forget that. 2002.
You still had the Attitude Era egos from the Attitude Era locker room.
Yes,
that were still mad about the Monday Night Wars, and we're also still like, yeah, motherfucker, nobody's getting my spot. You know, The Rock and Austin have moved on, and now it's our turn to shine. So that means, you know, these guys aren't going to step in and take over, because they knew The Rock was out on his way out.
Oh yeah, point. They could see the writing on the wall. Hollywood was calling, and The Rock was more than willing to answer.
So all those guys in the locker room were just like, fuck WCW, we put you out of fucking business, and you're not taking my job. Now I'm taking The Rock's spot.
Yeah.
There were like 10 people that thought that.
Yeah. And
you know what
like
I mean?
One or two
kind of stepped up.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be honest, there are a lot of people that get into this idea about, what was it? The reckless. What was it? Right after the
ruthless aggression.
The ruthless aggression. That's it. They were like, the ruthless aggression was really, really good too. And I'm just like, man, that was literally the wheels coming off of shit, and that where the reality TV aspect of it started fucking everything up.
Exactly. I mean, because my whole thing with the Attitude Era, the ruthless aggression era, the only bright side that was when the SmackDown 6 were on. The SmackDown 6, when they had those quality matches, you had Kurt Angle, you had Edge, you had Chris Benoit, you had so many great people working on SmackDown, putting on these top level matches.
But you
and
also
a Raw,
had
you had
the dumbest fucking angles you could ever imagine.
Yeah,
like when they fucking flipped
Spirit
Stone Cold
Squad.
Steve Austin.
Yeah,
the whole milk shit with Kurt Angle that just continued to get dumber and dumber and dumber. I mean, nah, dude. The wrestling matches in and of themselves were fucking great. That is undebatable.
Yeah.
But the quality of the storylines that were going on, which were the main drawing point to the Austin era, the Rock era, DX, and all of that shit, and there were so many factions involved, that was the quality part of the fucking show, was the angles.
I'll say this as well. The most, the worst thing I will say that has happened here recently in terms of, what has tarnished into my mind, the WWE's reputation, as far as showing how little they care about the fans, and instead they'll sell their souls for a paycheck. Their deals that they made with Saudi Arabia and their deals that they made with India, making Jinder Mahal literally do the exact same thing every single time. It's like spot, back and forth, 3-4 minutes. One of the Singh twins comes in and interrupts. Kalas, pin. And it's like that for 4 fucking months. 4 months. Nothing, no challenge, no nothing like that. Him running over Shinsuke Nakamura, him running over everybody, destroying everyone's momentum. Also, they can make a paycheck for India. Oh, and what do they do right before the India show? They take the belt off of him. Woo!
Oh, we swerved you. We got you.
Exactly.
We're so smart. It's great. It's
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Man, your movies suck. Who's writing this shit for you? Like fucking old school, Disney in 2015?
Eric Bischoff.
Yeah.
Because you saw those films that Eric Bischoff produced with Hulk Hogan, in the 90s, friggin' Danger on Skull Island or some shit like that. I forget. And I guarantee you, Eric Bischoff was just just looking at the scripts for WWE films. He's just like, these got to be more stupid. It's like, okay, let's do it. Casting friggin' The Miz as
Thunder
a Marine.
in Paradise. Is that what you're talking about?
No. Thunder in Paradise. That was deliberately funny.
Yeah.
These tried to be serious action movies
my God.
from the 80s and 90s. Like Hulk Hogan was talking to Shannon Tweed about it's just I always knew a shark would take me in the end. And then she removes a shark tooth from his arm and he's just like, maybe next time. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, dude.
So hardcore.
Yeah, he's trying to act so hardcore and dyeing his hair dark brown.
Hulk Hogan.
So anyway, we got this to get to. These are 12 insane WWE injuries we saw happen live. Thankfully, it's not going to be the double knee buckle, which that still hurts me.
Man, folded up like a goddamn yard chair, lawn chair, whatever you would call it.
Folded up like a fucking accordion. Jesus Christ. Motherfucker going out there looking like a praying mantis.
No. I'm praying to God I don't visualize that again. Please stop, brain. Stop.
Okay, here we go.
Wolfpack Sting's okay.
It's not Vince McMahon's best friend race. Wrestling is a high-contact, full-beat stunt show. Hundreds of dates a year, the adrenaline of the crowd, the heat of the moment, dread it, run from it, injuries still arise. Sometimes injuries happen during house shows, resulting in thousands of fans sifting through grainy footage like gothic cross.
Oh, that one still hurts.
His in-ring career ended with a slight
Yep.
hard kick to the back. Sometimes wrestlers get injured and through sheer dimension
Tommaso
force,
Ciampa.
you don't notice until after the match is over.
Yeah,
Every
you can literally see his muscle coming
Yeah.
off the bone right there. That's fucking terrible.
Please fucking
wrestler
stop.
has finished the match scrapped deep onto their soul by the long fingernail of tradition. And some wrestlers, like Droz, get injured on a pre-tape show that
Please
never aired.
don't.
Sometimes,
God.
some horrible times, injuries happen and everyone watching at home suddenly gasps and is forced to confront the fact that damn wrestling, you scare.
Oh.
12 insane WWE injuries we saw happen live. Number 12, and you face Plant, Teach That. Enzo and Cass, aka the entire cast of the Jersey Shore, squeezed into one infected.
Is it when he gets shot into the ropes?
Slowly drowned on the main roster with their terrible breakup.
I think so.
Leaving the characters dead in the water before both men were separately released. However, back in 2016, after a dynamite run in NXT, everyone was very excited to see what the pair would achieve. As such, hopes were high going into Payback that year and the match between Enzo and Cass and the Border Villains to determine the more contenders to the New Day's tag straps. After just 3 minutes of that match, however, Simon Gotch went to throw Enzo out.
Just yeets him into the bottom rope.
Quick enough, and his head collided with the tall.
Now, Enzo has come out and said this was his fault.
Oh, he did?
Yes, because him and Gotch had ran this spot time and time and time again, and it looked great. And Gotch, when he got out of the ring to go down there to pick up Enzo, he was expecting, because they'd ran the spot before, Enzo usually responded by getting up immediately as soon as he grabbed his hair. That's exactly what started to happen, but it wasn't until Gotch got him up to where he was sitting up where you realized, oh shit, he's out, and then he puts him back down, and then the match ended after that. Yeah, I remember watching this live, dude. This fucking horrified me.
Ring ropes had bounced off the ropes with enough force to knock Enzo out as his head then smacked off the mat. To make things even worse, Enzo then slid to the floor out cold, banging his head again on the floor before Gotch, not realizing what was happened, grabbed Enzo's head with both hands before he could be backed off by the ref. The match was called off as EMTs rushed to ringside, making a creative decision to have New Day be present at ringside watching and eating popcorn. Suddenly, excruciatingly awkward. Number 11, Technical Keith Orton, the tragic opera of the meet between
is this
arms and his neck working title.
Oh, yeah.
His career
The separation.
shoulder injuries from as far back as his debut year in 2002. So much so that he
Shoulder
now
separations.
twink.
Randy Orton's
Credit to
worst
Randy,
enemy.
he always seemed to be able to finish matches through the pain, apart from the injury he sustained at One Night Stand in 2008. Randy fought Triple H last man standing shoulder versus quad in the battle of the recurring injuries.
Oh my God.
Required steel steps and other hardcore palaver. The match ended with Randy being chucked over the
Oh, that,
the
yeah.
game reversed an RKO, plonked Orton on the outside, who landed hard on his shoulder and shattered his collarbone. Halfway through the ref, counting Randy down, we get a rare on-camera shot of the ref throwing up the X, the secret code for shit has gotten real, and it looks like that's going to be the end of the match, as, Randy literally can't stand up unassisted. Triple H thinks, not like this, not on pay-per-view, picks Randy up at 9, throws him shoulder first into the barricade because bastard, then nails him with a sledgehammer shot, finally letting the ref count the 10 and get Orton some goddamn medical help. Number 10, Cesaro eats his own teeth.
Oh, I saw it happen live.
Me too.
God,
Him
no.
and Sheamus. Dude, they were a great tag team together. Him and Sheamus, the bar. Dude, they were a great tag team. Then this happened, and I'm just like, he ate his own teeth. Jesus Christ.
They had so much going at this point.
They did.
And creatively did not know what to do.
No, well, okay, here's the thing. With Cesaro, you have literally a human horse. 6'6", athletic as hell, strong as hell. Everyone has said he is one of the nicest guys. He speaks 6 different languages. He is literally a Swiss Superman. Not just the namesake. He is a literal Swiss Superman. But good God, they do not know what to do with him.
No idea.
Which is counted into a slingshot into the corner. Cesaro then collides with the ring post with such force that, oh God, I hate it, his 2 front teeth weren't knocked out, they went up into his gums. The match continues and we're not actually sure anything's wrong until Rollins kicks Cesaro in the face and red stuff goes everywhere. Thankfully, WWE were on hand to show Cesaro's hibernating chompers in a slow motion close-up, just in case anyone was watching the pay-per-view of a fucking dinner.
I remember that.
Cesaro
Yeah.
finished the match because of course he did, it held his own teeth, makes sense, and then had to have his teeth surgically removed from the inside of his goddamn head. Stop wrestling, stop all of the wrestling. Number 9, redesign, rebuild, relocate John Cena.
I remember this.
In relation to
He turns John Cena's nose into the letter C.
WWE video game, you can create a rest. If you're not happy with where their nose is, you can move it using a slider. Well, Seth Rollins wasn't happy with where John Cena's nose was and moved it with his fucking kneecap. Seth taking his architect role a little too literally there. Cena and Rollins were wrestling on the July 27th episode of Raw in 2015 when an errant tiger knee sends Cena's schnoz into parts unknown, aka in the region of his fucking ear. There's something more with the...
Yeah, he literally turned Cena's nose into the letter C. Yeah. Also, Seth Rollins has this happen. Seth Rollins does this to John Cena. He gets a title shot not too long after. Shinsuke Nakamura botches a German suplex. Vince cuts him off. Like, fuck you, Vince McMahon. Fuck you. Also, let's not forget, Seth Rollins is the one that buckle bombed Sting and thus ended Sting's career. Well, okay, not fair. Sting had taken that bump before, and he thought he could take it again, but age does wear down on the...
But he's also in AEW now.
Well, he is in AEW now, but I don't think he'll be wrestling the same like he used to be.
Oh, well, of course not.
Well...
But that doesn't mean he won't have a match again. So his career, not over.
True. Very true.
About watching God bleed, and the most invulnerable human specimen in wrestling to be literally bent out of shape. Cena finished the match in an effort that transcends heroic and moves into cosmic, and was back in time to wrestle at SummerSlam a month later, because if you tell an injured wrestler to stop wrestling, they will break your leg, then demand you finish your match. What match is streams of tears?
Have you seen that?
Yeah, fucking Iron Sheik.
No, I'm talking about the Louis Theroux.
Louis Theroux?
Yeah, go back. That's him with the Monster
Oh!
Factory. When he did like the whole,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the whole wrestling gimmick back in the late 90s.
Dude.
Early 2000s, yeah.
I could see Louis Theroux.
Dude, it's hilarious. You got to go back and watch that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll watch Louis Theroux get yelled at by
and this
pro
was
wrestlers.
like right at the end of WCW. He was at the Monster Factory in Atlanta.
Oh, dude, Power Plant? Holy shit.
Or the Power Plant, that's it, yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
It's your match.
Wait, is that Reese? That's Reese from fucking Raven's Flock. Dude, I forgot how big Reese was.
Yeah.
He was like 7'2". He's a monster.
Different haircut, but
Yes, much different haircut.
Number 8, the nose. Staying in old.
Oh, here we go again.
Longer and the most iconic nose botch since the birth of Paul Levesque. Armageddon 2006 and a fatal four-way ladder match for the WWE Tag Team Championship.
Oh no, is this Joey Mercury?
Against William Regal, Dave Taylor, Eminem, and the Hardys.
Yep.
I strongly advise that this
Oh,
is
Joey Mercury's face exploding.
Ketchup
Jesus.
Or a human orbital bone, not listen to this next bit. Jeff Hardy was sat on the turnbuckler's mat. Johnny Wentz and Joey Mercury fist-bickered over a ladder that was leaning into another seesaw style. Jeff Hardy saw the opportunity for mutually assured destruction, his favourite kind of destruction, and hurled himself onto the ladder, which sprung up into the faces of Matt, Johnny, and Joey. Matt was fine, Johnny was fine, Joey was a combo breaker. The ladder flattened his nose and smashed his orbital bone, sending blood gushing every which way.
So, yeah. This right here, they've done this spot before. They did the seesaw spot before with Edge and Christian. Now, here's the thing. Edge and Christian were able to get their arms up and thus brace against it. Everyone else did the same thing except Joey Mercury. Joey Mercury leaned in with his arms down. Wapow. Game over. I mean,
it happens in the middle of a match, dude.
Oh,
there's
dude.
so much going on in your head.
Oh, I've paid witness, like, dude. Some of the stuff I've seen happen in the matches, like you all have done and everything. I was like, oh shit.
Sometimes you just aren't thinking about shit like that. Like,
nope.
I've been kicked in the face when I shouldn't have been. If I'd have been protecting myself for sure. So.
Yeah, well, injuries happen in this game. They do. They always do.
It's really bad in this area.
Well, yeah.
And in this area.
And in this
Well,
area.
the worst is this area.
The head.
And neck.
Head, neck, and, like, upper chest.
Yeah, just not good stuff.
Yeah.
Not.
Way like his nose was a lawn sprinkler, and it was a really bad summertime. Number 7, Vince McMahon walks his legs to death.
I remember this one. It was hilarious.
There's power walks, and then there's power walks that end with you rupturing both quads like a total doyle. Cut back to the Royal Rumble 2005, and the chairman completing the latest chapter of my ludicrous fucking existence, the Vince McMahon memoirs. The Rumble was supposed to end with
he popped the first one when he hopped into the ring because his shin, or his quad, or his knee hit the edge of the ring,
Yeah.
and thus it popped the first one there. And when he tried to stand up, that's when he popped the other one.
Almost too good to be true bot, which saw both Batista and John Cena tumble out of the ring and hit the ground at exactly the same time. Literally exactly the same. It's insane. Despite
Yeah.
there being precedents for this, the 1994 Royal Rumble with a double elimination of
There's there's President Tunney,
Time
former,
planned,
yeah.
Everyone had to improvise. And Vince said,
Was it Jeff
"Need a
Tunney?
distraction."
I forget.
I'll walk out there without limbering up, try and slide into the ring, crack my legs on the ring apron, then sit in the ring like a grumpy child at his birthday puppet show and hope no one notices I'm in colossal pain. Sheer beautiful madness. Vince barked orders from the ground, the match was restarted, and the right man won, but not before the cosmic gift of Vince's bad legs. Number 6, Daniel Bryan touches a nerve. Well, I'm awfully glad that Daniel Bryan isn't retired anymore, because gosh, it makes it easier to write jokes for this bit. D. Bryan may be the most affable man to kick you in the chest until your doctor bursts into tears, but he's as strong a proponent as anyone of the
Mook kicked me in the chest pretty good. And he's pretty affable.
Scariest of all was the revelation that he once hid the fact he was having seizures from the WWE medical staff. Daniel, we love you, never do that again. Those
Don't!
began as a result of the June 17, 2013 episode of Raw where Daniel Bryan wrestled Randy Orton in a no DQ match. During a botched suicide dive, Bryan flies a little too far and crashes his head into the barricade, giving him a legitimate nerve injury. The doctor comes over and tries to get Bryan to stop as he was losing feeling in his arms, and if you watch the match back, you can notice slowness in those limbs and a lack of coordination. Protecting Bryan from further injury, the match was ordered to be called off from the gorilla position. Furious, Bryan stormed backstage and got into a screaming match with Triple H, which went something along the lines of, "Don't try to take care of me ever again, you're not my real dad," which is the exact point where professional crosses the line into carnage. Now look, this was around the time that the GOAT was becoming the hottest wrestler on the planet and beginning a main event push, so you can understand Daniel Bryan trying to be reliable.
We talked about that. You know, you're on your way up, and then an injury happens. You don't want it to happen, but it does.
And it just is, man.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do about it.
I'm
Nothing.
Still in the dream, Snake Beater. Hey, this entry's about an injury being done on purpose. Fun. Brock Lesnar once intentionally broke his head open is one of those sentences that feels like it's always existed. Like once concepts and rational consequence emerged from the primordial ether, it went meat good, fire hot, and yeah, Brock Lesnar's definitely broken a guy's head open because he's a Pacific Rim machine powered by the twin brothers' rage and survivalist aggression. You got mine in branded shorts, and I'm surprised he's only opened 3 dudes up with the point of his elbow. It's become part of Lesnar's crisis moveset in WWE, something to call on for special occasions. Cena pulls out the rolling AA, Orton has the punt, and Brock takes his elbow pad off and performs head percussion until you bleed hard way. Are you not sports entertained? He's done it to Cena at Extreme Rules 2012, Roman at Mania 34, but the really bad one was against Orton at SummerSlam 20.
He literally broke him the fuck open.
Skull a little bit, cut way deeper than he was supposed to, giving Orton a huge concussion, made him lose too much blood, and Brock, quotes, worked the boys so much that Jericho squared up to him backstage after watching the match. How did it feel to see the biggest party of the summer end via intentional gruesome injury from someone who was actually there? Not great. Number 4, for the love of mankind.
Oh, God.
Other promotions, we could have had 10.
Please don't be The Rock headshots.
So few men have given so much for such little.
Or the Hell in the
return.
Cell, we
I hope
all
that Mick
know.
Foley's happy every single second of his life. The man's wrestled with barbed wire, on thumbtacks, and has left an ear in the ring as casually as someone forgetting their wallet in the car. His masterpiece is the Hell in a Cell match against The Undertaker at King of the Ring 98. If wrestling is stunt work spectacle, then what is more wrestling than Mick flying from the cell? As much as that was the keynote stunt, it was actually the chokeslam through the top of the cell.
That one wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
It wasn't supposed to happen, so the story goes. Just a chokeslam on a chair on top of the cell, but the roof broke. Mick fell, chair and all. He was briefly knocked out cold. 2 of his teeth were knocked out, one of which was sent through his lip into his fucking nose, for all to see, I'll point out. He suffered a dislocated jaw, a dislocated shoulder, and a bruised kidney, all as Jerry Lawler said. Now, he suffered a dislocated jaw, a dislocated
Where's that? Right there. Looky who it is.
Yep.
Vinny Roo. Fucking Vince Russo.
Let me tell you something, bro. This stuff was incredible, bro. This stuff was crazy, bro. You were crazy, bro.
And all of a sudden you just hear Cornette in the background just going, oh, for fuck's sake, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's like, good God.
The son of a bitch nearly killed himself.
He killed himself, god damn it. The fuck is wrong with you? And Russo's just like, you don't understand, bro. This guy just sacrificed himself for the good of this business. He's like, what the fuck do you even care about the goddamn business in the first place, you dumbass motherfucker?
I'm going to get some fucking Wendy's.
No, I'm gonna go through the DQ drive-through and yell at the fucking waiter.
Yeah.
Oh, corny and Russo. I don't know if it's real or a work. I partly think it's a work, but at the same time,
I don't care. I'm glad it exists.
Yeah.
All as Jerry Lawler said.
There's Terry Funk.
That's it. He's dead. However, worse was still to come. Number 3.
Oh no!
Squash matches in wrestling. There are savage beatdowns.
No.
Rarely when watching WWE, do you get that sick, cold feeling in your stomach? Oh no, I'm watching a man die. I've always had an aversion to that feeling, which is why I've been into my proper death matches. But if there's one time I felt that watching Vince McMahon's Wholesome Slams, it's Royal Rumble 1999.
This
the
one
Iron
hurts,
Grip match
dude.
between The Rock
Please.
and Mankind. The match starts.
No.
So far, so good. Walk and brawl up the entranceway, nasty looking but safe bumpers. Mick fell onto quote electrical circuit boards. But then Foley gets his hands cuffed behind his back, and the match turns into a horror film. Rock hits Foley with an unprotected chair shot to the head. Mick starts bleeding under his mask. Then another, then another, then another, then another. Then Mick starts stumbling. He gets out of the ring, he's walking to the back, he's staggering, he doesn't know where he is. Then another, then another, then another, then another, then another. The last one, to the back of his head. 10 unprotected
10.
full
I thought it was
chair
8.
shots in front of Mick Foley's fucking family. Rock went off script, got carried away. There were more headshots than there should have been, whatever the story. We are so lucky that Mick Foley is alive and in the relative health that he's in today. It's unbelievable drama, sure, but knowing what we know now, that match is genuinely disgusting to watch. Number 2, redesign, rebuild, retire Sting. And speaking
Talked
of that
about
goal
it.
not to
We
regret,
talked about it.
2015. And
Christ.
never wants to experience. Oh, I'm watching a man's career.
Skip
end
it.
right in front of me. Popcorn. Seth Rollins features a few times on the
You skip it.
Skip it.
wrong age, wrong landing, a bunch of factors that seem obvious and high buckle bomb. Actually, the second of the match, the first went fine. Sting lands in the corner, falls, tries to get up, can't. Rollins then vamps to the crowd, to the mat, through a sheer miracle and also the weight of expectations, I guess. Sting finishes the match, but suffered a neck injury, nerve damage, numbness in his limbs, and he hasn't stepped back in the ring since. Wrestling is real. And number 1, the most expensive pile driver in wrestling history.
Stone Cold. Stone Cold. Had to be. Had to be, man. Think about it.
In the history of the business, who would make amounts of money even Hulk Hogan hadn't made and put him on borrowed time. You could argue that Steve Austin's absence between Survivor Series 99 and Unforgiven 2000 while he was rehabbing neck surgery allowed Triple H, Mankind and The Rock to all flourish, but man, the biggest star in the business, sitting out for a year while wrestling was the hottest it had ever been, heartbreaking. We know the story. Owen Hart and Austin were wrestling in a kiss my ass match, of all things, when Owen hit Stone Cold with a sit-out tombstone. Austin's head was way too low.
There's his head. There's his head. Way too low. Way too low. I don't understand why he did a sit out. Why not do a knee drop or even or just a power slam?
So uncomfortable.
His spine compresses. He severely damages his neck. And
God
is briefly
damn
paralyzed.
it.
Does Austin finish the match? You know the answer to that already. Was it painfully, horribly obvious that Stone Cold was really, really hurt? Yes, that too. Steve Austin retired in 2003 at 39 years old, which is no damage, even in wrestling. It's a weird old sport we like. The highs are high, but the lows are something else. And what wrestling injury do you remember watching that really affected you? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I'll let
Don't
you know.
forget to like and subscribe to Wrestle Talk for more news.
Do you
and
got
lists.
one?
Check-
What?
Injury that you saw that really bothered you,
Oh, in WWE or in
just
like?
in general?
Oh, I got a couple. I got a couple.
What's yours?
Uh,
Number 1 for you.
I'm not gonna say number 1. There's several. I'll say one that still sticks in my mind. I still see it to this day. Sid with the big boot off the top rope. And
Oh, you mean the power coming from Scott Steiner?
his leg literally just like folding up.
You've seen the promos of Scott Steiner after the fact being like,
Yeah.
the energy coming from my body went through Sid Vicious and broke his leg.
That's not how that works, Scott.
Yeah, he seriously does.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but
It's Hayabusa for me, dude.
where he broke his neck and like ended his career. Yeah,
Ended his ability to walk up until about a few months before he died.
yeah. Hayabusa, I remember that botch. Went for a moonsault off the rope,
Second rope.
and then just you saw his
slipped.
legs slip off, and then all you see is his neck just go snap.
So
On
bad.
oh god!
And I've seen
dude.
other people do it, and they're okay, but it's just certain pressure and certain angles, and it's just fucking over, man. Look what happened to Tyson Kidd. That nearly killed him.
Yeah, Tyson Kidd, that one.
It was such a weird way that it nearly killed
and
him.
Joe had done that move hundreds of times on everyone and never hurt anybody.
Yeah.
And then the one time on the wrong person,
Yep.
almost ends his life.
Yep.
I mean,
He almost died in the ring.
Yeah. I mean, it's terrifying. It's like, well, Richie Steamboat, dude. I mean, Ricky Steamboat's son. I mean, he had everything going for him, too.
Dude, Hayabusa was AJ Styles before AJ Styles.
No, I get, yeah,
He did
I've seen him
all
work.
the power moves, all of the high risk. He was doing matches with Sabu right before the big ECW thing was going on. He actually had a tag match against RVD and Hayabusa during like peak ECW.
Yeah.
And it was right after that, right before they would have brought him over with Ultimo Dragon for all WCW and all that shit. I guarantee it would
Oh,
happen.
dude, absolutely.
But-
the Lucha, the cruiserweight division.
Oh, yeah.
like, he would have
Hayabusa
dominated.
would have been fucking tearing it up with Rey Mysterio Jr.
Oh,
and Eddie
God,
Guerrero
man.
and Psychosis and
Dean Malenko,
Juventud
Chris
Guerrero
Jericho,
and
Juventud. Yeah, all
those
of them,
guys.
man.
La Parca and all those guys.
The Villano brothers, yeah.
Dean Malenko, Jericho.
Yep.
God damn.
Just
Seeing Hayabusa there with them would have been crazy. He had a lot of shit with Terry Funk and Cactus Jack. Speaking of
the
Mick,
death matches and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
just accident, bro. He
All
was
it
a
takes
shining
is-
star in Japan and just,
All it takes is the one, dude. That's literally all it takes is
Yeah.
the one.
yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that there are certain wrestlers who are still around to this day. I just like, I've seen injuries occur. I saw the one. God, this actually hurts to talk about a little bit because he just passed away. But Brody Lee.
Oh yeah.
When there was a there was a house show where it was the Wyatt family. I forget who they were going against, but he goes into the corner to like do the shots on somebody, and all of a sudden you very slowly see like his ankle curl as he steps in. Just stepping, dude.
Oh,
he just
yeah.
took a step in. Next thing you know, you see his leg curl up, and then you just all of a sudden he goes down, starts grabbing his ankle, and then he tags in Eric Rowan, and then all of a sudden here comes the staff up to help take care of him. But that sidelined him for I think 8 months because
the
he tore his
slightest thing,
patellar
dude.
tendon.
The slightest thing.
Yeah, he like tore like his patellar tendon off the bone, and that's one of your like primary stability like tendons in your body. You fuck that, it's like your ACL, but just a little bit lower. Like fuck.
Yep.
And for me, I see wrestlers all the time. Like whenever a botch happens, whenever someone like get a head injury is often the thing. Like they get their bell rung. Whether it's like a concussion,
Oh, yeah.
or something like that. That's one thing. But whenever you see like someone's arm give out or you see their leg give out,
Every
it's
single
horrifying.
second that you're involved in something like that where things don't go majorly wrong, you're very blessed. And I
Yeah.
feel extremely blessed to be where I'm at now. And
Well, yeah.
have been able to do what I've been able to do and hopefully will continue to do. It's just
Once this is all over, man.
it's risky business, and this kind of shit just makes you think, God damn, is it worth it? I guess I'm aware of it, and
it
I
is.
take the fucking
Well,
risk. You know?
I mean, it's the same thing for like, we're from a town, dude, where if you didn't mine coal, like 20, 30 years ago, if you didn't mine coal, like you were out of the job. That's
Yeah.
pretty much all you could do. And now, thankfully more opportunities have popped up for people, but still, coal mining, that paralyzed my fucking granddad, dude. That's the reason why my granddad was in a wheelchair. And that's why my great-grandfather died of black lung disease. That's why I had another grandparent who had constant back pain and leg pain throughout their life because of the coal mines. And and call it sense of desperation or anything like that. Wrestlers, they say the number one thing for them is the roar of that crowd and the glory and just like getting that response. Like I've seen you, dude. Like whenever you get in that ring with a microphone in your hand and you just go off and you like you get people to like, you elicit you get a response out of these people. You pull them in and you make them believe for even just a second. that they want to see you get your ass kicked, or they want to see like the good guy come out and give you a good like hammering or something like that. Dude, that's the great thing about wrestling, in my opinion. You see, when you can do that, when you can literally drag someone into the fantasy and make them forget about reality for just a second, you've done your job.
Yeah.
And I've seen you do that on multiple occasions. You have so many angry rednecks standing up
I'm
and just
getting
being like,
heated thinking
man,
about it
fuck
right now."
you! Fuck you, motherfucker! Like, so many, dude.
Yeah, it's been too long.
You'll get there.
So it's kind of a difficult thing. I haven't been watching much wrestling. I haven't been keeping up just because it like breaks my heart. But
that's the problem. Well, I witnessed this man get chased down by like 50 kids.
yeah,
Like, they wanted to whip his ass. That's how desperate they were. That was like one of my highlights. Oh, dude, yeah. Soon enough, you'll see that shit. You'll see it. But again, everyone, that's gonna do it. So this was 12 insane injuries, insane WWE injuries we saw happen live. Wrestle Talk 10s with Adam Blampier off of Wrestle Talk. If you all enjoyed, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. If you want to see more from Wrestle Talk, hit their name in the title of the video. And I guess until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
I'm Chad.
We'll see you then, everybody. Peace out.